this thing doing here? Woo! Well, it looks like I have my video idea today. Hello everyone, this is Milo here, and welcome to my review of the brand new console for the 10th generation of consoles, the Nintendo Switch 2. Yep, we're back with this again. We're back doing console reviews, finally. So yeah, sorry about the extremely late upload schedule that's been occurring over the past few days. I needed a full break. Just working on college stuff, it was pretty difficult during that time to actually devote any time to make any videos. But yeah, I'm back, and we're back again, making awesome content. So June 5th, by the time I'm recording and uploading this, Nintendo Switch 2 is officially launched in the UK and in worldwide. So yeah, let me know if you managed to get a Switch 2 or if you're considering to get one. That's why this video's here. So we're basically going to be unboxing the Switch 2. Going to be doing a full review of the console, see how well it does, and yeah, enough of me rambling. Let's get straight into this. So starting off with the box, it's pretty self-explanatory. This is of course the Nintendo Switch 2, the newest console in the 10th generation of consoles. I'm saying that because basically this is the start of the 10th generation of consoles. I know I'm saying that when the PS6 and Xbox Series Z or something, I don't know if it's called that or not. But yeah, this is the back of the box. Pretty cool. Now I have heard that the console is supposed to be a lot larger than the standard Switch. So it'll be interesting to compare it to other Switch models. So yeah, it comes with the average Nintendo propaganda. This has got like all the things that you get in the console. And yeah, let's get this box open. Oh, cool! I don't need this thing, at least not yet, because I was thinking there was gonna be like a bit of tape on the box to like prevent people from opening it first. Alright, so it looks like we've got some of this stuff. So we've got start. This is basically just telling you what you should do, if you want to power your console on from start. Oh, here we go. So just like the Switch OLED, we've got the console and the two Joy-Cons. Now let's first start off with getting the Joy-Cons open. Oh, here we go. So yeah, this is one of the Joy-Cons. They are slightly different. They're more rounded. They're slightly larger than the standard Switch Joy-Cons, which is really good because the Switch 2 or the Switch OLED and the standard Switch Joy-Cons were so tiny. And yeah, they feel very nice on the hand. They feel a lot nicer than the other Joy-Cons. But the big difference here is that the front buttons, like the SL and SR buttons, are wider, so that they're supposed to be more comfortable to play on, for like two-player split screen gaming and all that. Which, by the way, who the hell plays it like this? Alright, it looks so odd, but Nintendo has made it sound so normal. So this Switch, this is how you detach it from the console. You see the little mechanism. Hang on. If I could just get this thing to focus. Yeah, so that's how that works. And we've got the console itself. So from a first glance, this is a big boy. This is a very big boy. So it has got a large 7-inch 1080p display, which is very nice. Okay, this looks nice. So this is the big difference here from the standard Switch, is that this display, rather than it being a standard LCD display, which this thing is, it is an LCD display, but with the Switch OLED, it had an OLED panel, so it allowed for greater colors and a greater viewing experience altogether. Yeah, but to be honest, this thing's 1080p, so it's supposed to be very nice. So according to the trailers, the Joy-Cons are supposed to just snap in place. Ooh, that's lovely. So you could like press that, it pushes it out slightly, and then you just put it on like so. Hang on. This is so satisfying right now. Look. Okay, so this is the console fully attached. It's definitely way larger. So let me just get my Switch OLED out just to compare it. So this is my OLED Nintendo Switch that I have reviewed on the channel before. Links in the description. Yeah, let's just get these two on side by side. So yeah, way larger. It's supposed to have so this thing's got an OLED screen as opposed to like a standard LCD, which is definitely a step up. But so let's check out the top. So we've got your standard power button, you've got your volume buttons, you've got there are two new things with the top half. One, it's got an extra USB-C port at the top, so if you want to like charge the console, so if you're charging it in tabletop mode or if you're charging it while on the table, that's a really good plus. It's also got the standard headphone jack, you've got your game card slot, and you've also got a microphone. Now, the thing that I have noticed with the Switch 2 is that it's just move that out of the way. The thing that I have noticed about the Switch 2 is that it seems like Nintendo are focusing more on online play. So on one of the Joy-Cons, on the red Joy-Con, there's a button here, which I don't know if the camera can pick up or not, I don't know. But there's a button here, the C button, which is supposed to enable people to join online chat rooms. A little bit like Xbox and PlayStation with their online chat-based system. But yeah, I am noticing that this is more socially focused than on the standard Switch, which is definitely very nice. So let's see what else is in the box. So we've got the power plug, the new power plug. That's always very nice. We've got an extra USB-C port for the power plug. I don't know why they couldn't have just put it all in one thing. Here we go. So this is the new controller grip. So it's got, let's have a look, see. Yeah, it's pretty standard. Nothing has changed much. Obviously, the only thing that has changed with this, with the controller grip is that it's now got, magnets, which I think it's gonna be way more easier to actually take them off. You know when you put them in the dock and you have to slide them out and then the entire console slides out the dock? Like, that's always very annoying to me. But with that, you can just take it off and it doesn't need to slide out of place at all. So here we are. Let's put this thing on. It's got magnets just like the console itself. And look at that. There we go. So yeah, the controller dock, very similar. One thing I don't like though, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, glossy plastic on gaming consoles, sure, it looks nice, but give it a couple of months and it will look like a scratching post, alright? And I've got a schnauzer that loves to like sniff everything, so that's gonna be fun. Also, it apparently has a cooling fan, so yeah, that's the Switch dock. It's not that special, only it has some grills, you know, to cool the console down, and I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm not seeing anything else. I don't know where the HDMI port is on here. That might be a problem. So yeah, here's your instruction manual. Who reads instructions? So here's the HDMI port. I was wondering that. I was wondering where the HDMI port was, but yeah, this is just your standard HDMI 2.1 cable, you know, all that good stuff. And then yeah, that's basically it. So join me in the other room and we'll get this baby all set up. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention, guys, is that in addition to having all the extra accessories, you also got one of these. So if you don't know what these are of course, as you would probably guess by the little dangly bit at the bottom, these are of course the wrist straps for when you're playing games involving the gyro controls of the Joy-Cons. But what you guys don't know, or what you guys probably know, if you've seen the Nintendo Switch 2 trailers, is that these Joy-Con controllers actually have a little sensor in it that allows you to use it as a mouse, which is very lovely, but to be honest, it's another one of Nintendo's gimmicks. So, you know how in the Nintendo DS, where it had dual screens and it had the touchscreen at the bottom, and how on the 3DS it had, of course, the 3D effects. This is basically another one of Nintendo's gimmicks. So, yeah, that's cool. So, enough of me yapping on. Let's actually get this console all set up. So there we go. So here are of course the language settings. So we're going to pick Europe. Another thing worth noticing about the Switch 2, for all of you modders out there, Nintendo, for some random reason, have the right to brick your console if it detects that you are using, say, the MIG Switch like accessory to allow you to play free games or to pirate games, because you know Nintendo absolutely despises piracy and will do anything to stop us from doing it on their consoles. So yeah, that's fun, that's great. Okay then, so we've just finished setting up the console, and from what I can tell, the UI is slightly different to that of the Switch 1. So obviously this is the UI for the standard Switch, the Switch Lite and the Switch OLED. Very boxy, very simplistic, but then again, it's a small console, so that is to be expected. But this one, slightly different. So, from what I can tell, the console's user interface has mostly the same layout, but with a few key differences. So the number one difference is, of course, visually. The boxes are more rounded, so kind of to match the rounded aesthetic of the console. So also the sound effects for it are slightly different. So like down here, so like the system settings, the actual game cards, everything. So yeah, all the different sound effects are slightly different, but overall I would say it's basically the same as the Switch 1. It's just with a little bit of rounded accents and of course different sound effects. So there's going to be loads of games to be coming out onto the Switch 2, so like Mario Kart World, the new Donkey Kong game, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which I'm particularly excited about. The new Legend of Zelda games, actually I'd say new, but it's basically the same as the, so they're going to be releasing Switch 2 versions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's going to be a Switch 2 edition version. So it's basically going to be a remastering of the original game, but with some added resolution improvements and all that. The good thing about the Switch 2 though is that it's backwards compatible with all Switch 1 games. Well, I say all, but apparently according to Nintendo, some original Switch games might not be playable for the Switch 2, which is very surprising. But there's a good chance if you already have a Switch and you want to upgrade, you don't have to worry about losing all of those Switch 1 games, which those ones will be playable, somewhat playable on Switch 2. So that's always a plus. So yeah, this is the new console. Nintendo Switch 2, the first console to come out for the 10th generation of consoles. But yeah, it looks like Nintendo's going pretty strong. I will say though, some of the pricing is a little bit outrageous, to be honest. Like 80 quid for Mario Kart World. Yikes. But I don't know. Maybe there's some reasoning why it's that price. Alright, maybe there's some reasoning why they've decided to price the games that they have chosen to be on Switch 2 to what they are. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry if I haven't been uploading as much recently, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next upload. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. What do you think of the Switch 2, Mo?
Woof.